In this video, we are going to find the equation of the tangent line to the graph for the function f of x equals 7x squared plus 4, all divided by 9x minus x cubed. And the point where we're going to find that tangent line is at the point where x equals 2. So we're going to use this to find an actual point. What I'd like to do is find the point on the graph. Now every point on the graph of the function f of x should be of the form x coordinate comma value of the function. So in this case that's 2 comma f of 2. And those become my x0, y0 points because I'm going to use point slope form to find the equation of this tangent line. So let's go ahead and compute f of 2. 7 times 2 squared plus 4 over 9 times 2 minus 2 cubed. That will be equal to 28, which is 7 times 4 plus 4, all over 18, 9 times 2, minus 2 cubed, which is 8. Simplifying further, we get 32 divided by 10, which I can write as 3.2, or I could write that as the reduced fraction 16/5. Any of those three answers would be perfectly fine to represent the point. So that's the y coordinate of my point. And that's the first piece of information I need. But now I need a second piece. What I need is a slope. Now, because we're talking about a tangent line, I know that I can get the slope using the derivative. So let's write this down. To get the slope of the tangent, what I will do is compute f prime of 2 because I want the slope at the point where x equals 2. And that's my m. Now, in order to get a slope at 2, to compute f prime of 2, I need to get f prime of x first. So let's get that set up. All right, so I'm building here my structure for the quotient rule. Now I'm going to put in the different pieces. Remember, it's top prime times bottom minus bottom prime times top all over bottom squared. So to start out with, let's write in the pieces. 9x minus x cubed, that's the denominator. Now we got to do the top. Okay, derivative of 7x squared is 14x. The derivative of 4 is 0, so I can write just 14x there. Then I multiply by b, 9x minus x cubed. Now I got to do the derivative of b prime, just giving myself a little more space here. The derivative of 9x is 9. Then I have x cubed, that derivative is 3x squared, so 9 minus 3x squared. Lastly, I multiply by the rest of the top, 7x squared plus 4. Let's go ahead now. The slope we want is when we plug 2 into this expression. So I'm not going to simplify first, I'm just going to put 2 in. So 14 times 2, oh, that's 28, times 9 times 2 minus 2 cubed, minus the quantity 9 minus 3 times 2 squared, times 7 times 2 squared plus 4, all divided by that denominator, 9 times 2 minus 2 cubed squared. And we get 28 times 9 squared, or 9 times 2 minus 2 cubed. We did that before, that's 10. Then 9 minus 3 times 2 squared, that's 9 minus 12, which would be negative 3. And then the last term, that's that 28 plus 4 again, so that's 32. In the denominator, we have 10, but we squared it, so actually it's 100. Now I'm going to cheat. What I'm going to do here is use the math feature in OneNote, which will quickly do arithmetic for me. It'll recognize it as a mathematical expression, in this case correctly because I wrote it clearly, and now I can evaluate it, and we get that the decimal value of that quantity here is 3.76 or 94 over 25. So let's write down that 3.76, that's my slope, my m. And now notice I also had a point that I obtained. It was 2 comma that f value, so 3.2. I've got a point Got a slope, let's write an equation. So we're using point slope form. Y equals slope times x minus x0 plus y0, which in this case is equals that derivative, f prime of 2 times x minus 2 plus f of 2. And therefore, we get y equals 3.76, the slope, times x minus 2. Add to that the 3.2, the y value. And that's in point slope form, the equation of my tangent line.